What's going on, everybody? So just kind of a spur of the moment video for you. I'm just doing something a little different. So what I want to do is just kind of show off my my IPSC setup. I've really made a transition away from the tactical combat style of shooting, and I've started to get more into the competitive like run and gun style. So what I wanted to do was just go over what my setup's like and just show people what I use and how I use it. As a disclaimer, this is not a how-to video. This is not how to set up your gear. This is not how to run and gun. This is not anything like that. This is just strictly me showing you what it is I have, what I use, and why I use it kind of thing. So I'm going to be coming in and around the camera here, but I will definitely keep you guys going, and we'll see if you think I'm doing all right or if I suck. Anyways, so let's get into it. So I run 3 different setups, more or less. Generally speaking, for any sort of like level 2, level 3 IPSC match, or provincials, things like that, I run a double action, single action style of gun. They're generally what I'm more confident with. They're generally what I'm more comfortable with. I know the design, I know the platform, and to be simple, I trust it. Anything aside from that, like just like smaller level 2s, level 1s kind of thing, I generally just run a striker fire gun. Anywho, let me show you guys what I got and how I do it. So my primary setup, the one I use the most, is going to be right up front here. This is my Beretta 92X Performance. So this is how I run it exactly set up. These are lock grips on the gun. I changed out the factory from the factory ones. The holster is a Ghost G1 retention holster. So it's one of those ones that's got the lock. Where's the camera? Right there, the lock on the back there. So basically, once I've unlocked the pistol, hit the release there, the gun is now free to come out where I can just yank it out kind of thing. It's a nice holster. It's not bad. I'm not personally a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. It's a little, it's definitely on the expensive side. Not a huge deal breaker, but the problem is there's not a lot of holsters, at least to date of this video, that fit the 92X Performance. Now, for guys with the run and gun thing going on, I mean, you definitely want something quick and easy, and I mean, right there, I've cleared the holster and I can start to bring the gun out, so it definitely helps with the time. I'll tell you what, after practicing for a while, the holster definitely gives you an advantage on the draw. I will admit that. The other thing I want to mention while I'm at it is everything I use is for the production division. I don't run standard, I don't run classic, I don't run open or anything like that. I only ever run production, so just bear that in mind. Continuing on with the kit, so my general setup is 50 rounds. So here in Canada, and I don't know what the rules are in the States, things like that, but here in Canada, my setup, basically, I've got the gun and I've got four additional mags. 4 additional mags running around the set. So basically on my person, I've got 50 rounds at all times, or in my case, 51. Because what I do is after I essentially the pipe around, I top the mag back up. So I've always got 51 rounds. I do have an additional mag pouch that I keep on the set, but generally for a lot of the matches that I've shot the last little while, the entire course of fire is like 120 rounds. So I carry half of the entire course of fire on me at all time. But yeah, that's more or less, it's usually 50 or 60 rounds that I carry on me, unless the match dictates that I need to carry more. The setup, so the belt, I'm going to take this off just so it's easier to... The belt itself is a Krydex. It's kind of like, full disclosure, it's the made in China belt. Not a bad little setup. The belt actually holds up. This belt specifically is about 2.5 years old. And it has held up really well. The Velcro in certain areas is starting to go, but I mean, for $75 on the belt with the mag pouches, it's really not a bad deal. So the mag pouch is the same thing. They are Krydex. I think Amazon sells these. You can get the entire pack for like $75 Canadian. So just showing you that. So that's my primary rig. My backup, so anytime I go to a match, I always take a backup gun with me. I'm just going to actually get this right out of the way. My backup, so anytime I go to a match, I always have a backup gun with me. Now my backup is my Beretta PX4 Storm. So this is the gun I always take with me as a backup, just in case, God forbid, humanity happens and my my 92X goes down. I got this to run. The belt setup for everything I use is always the same. It's always the Krydex belt with the four mag pouches plus the one in the gun. So any setup I have is always like 51 rounds. The belt, Krydex. This holster, again, is a Ghost holster. This is like their more economic brand one. This one, really nice holster. I just started using these a couple months ago, and I really do like them. They secure very well to the belt. Now, I know it looks like those screws would be digging into your hip, but they actually don't. The inner belt covers those up. But I really like this belt because of how it's low enough that it still keeps you like quick and easy on the draw. So when I go to get the gun and get it out, it's quick and easy, but it's high enough that it still keeps it above my waistline to be production legal. So I really, really like these holsters. They've been really good for me as of late and working out really well. Continuing on, my other gun that I run for my striker fire would be no surprise to anybody, but I run the Beretta APX. So the Beretta APX is kind of like my striker fire. If I'm just going to a lower level match, I'm not overly concerned about, like, I'm not there to, well, mind you, I'm not there to win anyways, but this is the gun I like to run on occasion if I just want something different. Belt setup, again, the exact same. It's a ghost holster. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, which holster it is they produce. With the Krydex setup and 5 magazines. My backup to the APX is, believe it or not, just another APX. So I always, anytime I go to a match, I've always got 2 guns with me. I always carry 2. So this is just, my backup to the APX is the APX. For the simple fact of they're not that expensive. The 92X Performance, buying a second one as a backup, is pretty goddamn expensive. So that's just not doable for me. Continuing our way on, ammunition. So anytime I run ammo, I don't reload. I never have, or well, let me rephrase that, I have, right until I blew up a Glock. I don't reload anymore. So when I use ammo, I like this Blazer stuff. This is really good stuff. So it's a 147 grain FMJ. I like the 147 because a lot of the matches that I shoot, they have steel targets in there. So, you know, call me paranoid, but I find the 147 has just a little bit more oomph to knock over that piece of steel. So this stuff's really good. I've seen guys hit plates with 115 grainers, and they have to hit it two. Like I've seen guys have to hit it 3 times before it goes down. So I like the 147 stuff. Blazer and this ammunition's never failed me. I've fired tens of thousands of rounds of various Blazer 115, 124, 147, and it's never ever failed me. So that's the ammunition. This one is my match ammunition. Anytime I shoot a match, I always run 147. For practice and stuff, it's 115, 124, doesn't really matter. Get this stuff out of the way here. My jersey, I'm going to take the camera off here. So my jersey I wear is this guy right here. This is one of those KG Techwear. Beretta, of course, because, you know, that's me. I love this jersey. It's very high quality, really good, comfortable jersey, and it breathes really well too. And I mean, for the extra couple of bucks, the guy will put your name on it too. So that's the jersey that I wear. Now, because I have a tablet that I can use, I'm not a pro shooter. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not ever going to be a grandmaster or anything like that. But this last match I shot, I actually was really impressed with myself. So I figured I'd share with you guys how I did. So when you break it down, you've got your each division, you've got your combined, and then you've got your per stages. So overall, so you see how you got like classic, so that's like 1911 style guns. Open guys, PCC, which is pistol caliber carbine, production division, which is me. So at this last match I did, as you can see, I came second place in my division, which I'm really excited about that. Like, some of these guys are really good shooters, and I managed to overtake them. So I was really excited about that. If we do an overall, so if we combine them all, so there's two ways it goes. It goes, for those of you not familiar with IPSC, it goes by your division and then your overall. So you're competing against people in your class, but you are also competing against everybody else. So in my division, I came second. In the overall, I came 7th. So I came second out of 11 shooters in production division. In overall, I came 7th out of 30. So I'm happy about that. I'm really excited about that. Now, one thing I want to show you, just because I'm really excited about this, I'm gonna combine all the scores again, is what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna scroll down. Stage 1 and 2, I did okay. Stage 3, so for stage 3, I came first. So on the third stage of the course of fire, out of 30 shooters, just so you can see it, keeping it honest here, I came first place. So stage 3, I won that stage. Now that's a first for me. I've never done that before. But for those of you who are in IPSC, check out that hit factor. 8.4894. That's a personal best for me. My highest hit factor before that was a 3.941. So, not a 3.941. Sorry, it was a 3.491. So this is a personal best for me. But as you can see, right below me, I beat the open guys. So those two guys that are below me, each one of them had about $6,000 guns. They're all kitted up with the muzzle brakes and the red dots and everything like that, and I beat them. So I'm not trying to gloat, but I was really excited about that. But that's my setup. And again, actually, just on a note for that goes to show it's the shooter, not the gun. But yeah, I mean, that's my setup. This is how I run IPSC, how I shoot, how I play. I've only shot a couple of actual legit, real deal IPSC matches. I've never won one, probably never will. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. And this gun right here is incredible. Ignoring the fact that it's very well built, very accurate. Now that I fixed it, it runs like a top. It's a really good gun. And you know what? It catches the eye too. But I think the biggest kicker of all of them is I've gone to 4 legit IPSC matches this year. All 4 times I was the only person running a Beretta. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see y'all next time.